Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm Brent Schneider, the CEO of the First Tee of Greater Richmond, and welcome to Elson Redmond Memorial Driving Range. This location, along with the Tattersall Youth Development Center at the First Tee Chesterfield, is home to many of our youth programs, which started in 1998 with 36 participants. This year, over 70,000 area youth will take part in First Tee offerings. The First Tee is a youth development organization that uses golf as its context. We teach participating youth character education and life skills with trained coaches through a proven, impactful curriculum. Though we're a high-impact community youth development organization, we are also an asset to the game of golf. And today we're proud to unveil downtown Richmond's new golfing hub. As you can see, we're a bit under construction. Hopefully you'll have a chance to at least peek in the renovated clubhouse. And this is a 5-week-old patch of grass behind me. The facility was built, for those of you who don't know, the facility was built on part of this old city landfill. And it opened as a First Tee facility in 2003 when President George H.W. Bush was on hand to celebrate our vision for impacting Richmond's youth. Today we're excited to announce the next chapter. And we're thrilled to partner with the City of Richmond and VCU on what will be one of the finest practice facilities in Central Virginia. This fall will reopen a completely renovated facility that will be the destination for golfers of all ages and all skill sets. A complete restoration of our 6-hole facility took place last fall, and that's the holes that you'll see behind you across the parking lot. It was renovated and restored by renowned architect Lester George, a Richmond native. Champion Bermuda greens will be found throughout the property, as well as latitude Bermuda grass. This is exciting for us. We're one of the few facilities in the metropolitan area and the Mid-Atlantic with Champion Bermuda, which is a warm weather grass. A lot of facilities this time of year are really fighting to keep their greens alive, and ours are thriving. So I'd welcome all of you to walk on some of our established greens and feel the difference to maybe what you're accustomed to seeing. The driving range, which you're standing on, was laser leveled this summer and resurfaced with the latitude Bermuda grass. As I said earlier, the range was reshaped and sprigged and will be growing in for public opening in the fall. We also built a tee for our new partner, VCU, on the far side of the range for them to practice. The clubhouse will be transformed into a youth-centric space that will provide an inclusive, innovative learning environment. In addition to the community room that will be available to organizations outside of the First Tee, we will have 2 TrackMan 4 simulators for our participants and patrons to train on. When complete, we expect the facility to be a proper training location for residents of Richmond and beyond. Among those who will train here will be the Virginia Commonwealth University men's golf team. And they will use the Elson Redmond Memorial Driving Range as their short game practice home. On behalf of our board, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to hear our vision. We're excited about the future, and we look forward to welcoming you back to train on your game and take advantage of this community asset this fall. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Vice President and Director of Athletics at Virginia Commonwealth University, Ed McLaughlin.
Well, thank you, Brent. Matt Ball, our head coach, could not be here today. He is on a recruiting trip in Scotland. At least that's what he's calling it, a recruiting trip. We'll believe him for now, but you know, Brent's right. This is an incredible facility, so I'm glad everyone could be here to see it. I really think this is a great example, another example of VCU partnering with a community asset to improve the sports and recreation facilities for Central Virginia. We take pride in that. We are excited about this project. Now, listen, it's going to be great for our golf team. There's no question about it. It's an incredible enhancement for the development of our student athletes, and we're excited about that. I think what we do really well in VCU athletics is we develop young men and women to be the best versions of themselves possible. But in order to do that, you need exceptional facilities. You need exceptional facilities to attract talent and develop that talent. And this facility is second to none all across the Mid-Atlantic region. If we're going to do something here in Richmond, we're going to do it right. And this project, we did it right. So we're very, very excited about that. We love partnering with First Tee. Obviously, Brent mentioned First Tee's mission, and it really aligns well and mirrors our mission at VCU in our desire to make a huge impact in the community. So we're excited about the next step for First Tee and this next chapter for our golf program. We're also excited to be a partner with the City of Richmond, and it's a wonderful time to be in the City of Richmond and the exciting things that are happening. And we're looking forward to some more projects very, very soon to make sure we continue to do a lot to provide sports and recreation facilities in the City of Richmond and partnering with our friends in the city. So without further ado, I get the pleasure and honor of introducing someone who I was super impressed with the first day I ever met him, and it's only worked even more so since then. And I'm honored to call him a friend, the 80th and youngest mayor in the history of Richmond, the Honorable LeVar Stoney.
Well, thank you, Ed, for that great introduction. I guess there'll be a moment in time. The whole youngest thing will get pretty played out, I imagine, but I'll take it while it lasts. It's wonderful to be with you all today. I got to say, it's great being mayor because I get to have days like this where I'm hanging out on the golf course with people like Ed McLaughlin, Brent, with you guys, First Tee. Last week, I got to take a spin with Dale Earnhardt at the Richmond Raceway. I thought that was wild. That was wild. So I got to throw out the first pitch as well. So I'm going to have to come back over here and work on my game. The game is totally absent at the moment, so there's nowhere but up from here. Before moving forward, I want to make sure I recognize some friends who are better golfers than I am probably, and that's First Delegate Jeff Bourne, who's with us today in golf attire. He got the memo. And also Council President Chris Hilpert as well. Let's give him a round of applause. Every day we interact with the children of this city. And I think what we all want to show is that we are united together, ensuring that we create positive outcomes for them. And as all of us know here, nothing in this region, nothing in the city happens without people working together. Today you have a display of working together and also a partnership that has worked and will continue to work, and that's VCU and the City of Richmond and First Tee. What we want to do is be able to create a place for many of our children that they can compete in other places. There's no reason why the first time any of our children who go outside the city, they play on great facilities somewhere else when they can have it right here in our city limits. That should be the focus on all our projects that we do in the city. But particularly when we talk about athletics, we should create those places where kids can feel good about performing right here in the city and not see someone else who may have more means with a different sort of facility. And so it's not just about facilities. It's about the sort of character building that goes on with First Tee. That is very, very important. Not only are they constructing facilities here, but also constructing young adults who become adults and are contributing members to our society. People who have the values that we all want to see out of our Richmonders. Integrity, people who understand hard work, who are also resilient as well. That's what we want for all our young people. We don't get that without the sort of facilities so that tells them that they matter right here in our city. And so I want to thank First Tee for all you've done already, what you will continue to do, but also I want to thank VCU as well for their partnership and how we're going to continue to ensure that all of our children, all of our people continue to have the great and best outcomes for the future. Thank you all so much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Walton, Board Chair for the First Tee of Greater Richmond. It's my privilege to close this press conference. First, wanted to start by thanking you all so much for being here. Thank you to so many of our supporters for being here. We have so many board members and advisory board members that have come for today's announcement. And in particular, thank our partners. Thank the city, thank VCU, and in particular, thank Brent and Ed, your respective teams, for really having an amazing vision to transform this facility and turn it into something we can be very proud of and that's really going to serve us well into the future. I'd also really like to thank other partners that have been involved in this project. Brent mentioned Lester George, golf course designer. Mark Horgan is here with Horgan Construction. Flourish Spaces is working to create a great youth-centric space for the facility that opens here in just a couple months. And also a shout out back to Mark Lynch in the background there, who's the general manager of our Richmond facility, who gets to live with this project day in and day out, and we know how it goes on a project like this. And I know he's as anxious as anyone for opening day, but great job as always, Mark. We appreciate it. As Brent mentioned, the First Tee, what we work on in one word is growth. And when I think about this new facility, I think about how our participants are going to be able to grow and how this facility will really accelerate that growth. Growth as individuals, growth as contributors to our community, and finally, growth as golfers. I say that finally because that's honestly third on the list. What we're focused on is kids growing up, living those 9 core values, learning how to be great contributors to our community. So we are just incredibly excited for what this facility offers to them. And as Mayor Stoney mentioned, what this facility offers to the city of Richmond as a whole. We think this is going to be a really welcoming environment for downtown golf, for lunch break golf, and for golfers of all skills and all ages in the evenings, on the weekends, and so on. So again, we really appreciate you all being here. We're terribly excited for the opening here, which we think will be in October. And I think that will conclude the conference. Thank you.